The Biden Justice Department has slammed Donald Trump's plea, specifically the legal team's plea, to get the Supreme Court involved. Yes, he's calling for some backup over Donald Trump's theft of documents from the White House that were later on seized at Mar-a-Lago. Now, in a filing on Tuesday, the Department of Justice argued this: the court should be cautious before insisting upon an examination of records whose disclosure would jeopardize national security, even by the judge alone, in chambers. So now, what is this in response to? Well, Trump's lawyers want the special master to be able to review more than 100 documents that were marked classified, which, again, if it's allowed, well, then if, look, the special master is looking at it, then maybe Trump's legal team could start looking at the records, and they could try to make arguments that, certain documents should be off limits to prosecutors when it comes to the DOJ's criminal case against Donald Trump. And I think that's really important to note. All right. And so, all of that said, yes, this is basically a way for him to attempt to delay said criminal case until Trump finds some other way to try to easel out of it. I mean, that's kind of what they do, what he does. All right. So now, that said, it's already been to the appeals court, and that's why it went to the Supreme Court. And so I think that's, I guess, what they were hoping for, perhaps, or again, maybe just a desperate plea to find some sort of, friendly court advantage. I don't know how necessarily friendly the Supreme Court will be, at least in this case. Okay. That said, I mean, look, there are 3 Trump appointees on the bench, in addition to 3 additional conservative justices, including one that does have a conflict of interest regarding Trump, but in a different case. And that's January 6th. So you have, Justice Clarence Thomas, his wife, Jeannie Thomas, or Virginia Thomas, very close in that investigation with, concerning January 6th, lots of texts between her and Mark Meadows and others. So, yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily know how it's going to fall, though, because you have seen the court not take Trump's side on other things, because in reality, I think the court, yes, while I think they will help Trump in some, regards, right? And they're certainly ideologically compatible with Trump, at least for the kinds of policies that he had put forward. But remember, they're also really more loyal to the Federalist Society and their goals, as well as corporations, really, business interests. And so let's take all that into account. Okay, Amy Coney Barrett's more like loyal to, going to listen to her husband because she's weird or cult, but Christian sect. But anyway, I don't know how much help he's going to get. I really don't. That said, at issue are the orders here, 2 orders from a judge that is very, very friendly towards Donald Trump, and that's Aileen Cannon. She had issued 2 orders last month. First, the special master, and then had also temporarily enjoined the Justice Department from using a subset of documents as part of its ongoing criminal probe. Now, Trump's argument is that circuit court, the appeals court, the 11th Circuit specifically, lacks jurisdiction. They say that they can't order a stay considering the special master review. Now, here's the thing. Again, this is a special master that they had requested and received. It's crazy. All right. So now they said that Raymond Dearie, I love the argument. Dearie would be substantially impaired by the appeals court order, and that it will slow ongoing time-sensitive work. Now, considering how this entire thing, getting the special master to begin with, is a stall, right? Where they're just trying to buy some time. That's really all it is. I'm in trouble. I'm going to buy some time. Let's get the special master to review it. And now they're making the argument of, oh, if you don't let him look at all these documents now, well then, look, we're just going to, it's going to waste time. You're wasting time. We got to do something good. Quick, let's go. They said any limit on the comprehensive and transparent review of material seized and the extraordinary raid of a president's home erodes public confidence in our system. No, what they're really doing is that they're trying to keep the documents out of the hands of the DOJ, the criminal division. They want to hide these documents for as long as possible by, again, arguing that, well, they were legally his. He was able to take them. It's just fine. It's fine. He should be able to take them. The whole point, again, of the special master was just to waste time. Again, if they were so concerned about the time-sensitive nature of Deary's work, then, well, no, not just about Deary's work, but in anything. If they were worried about anything, then they would have had to ask for a special master to begin with. But in response here, the DOJ writes this. This is U.S. Solicitor General Elizabeth Preligar, who immediately went after Judge Cannon and said that she had fundamentally erred in appointing this special master in the first place, and noted that the Justice Department is appealing that decision in lower courts. The DOJ in its filing also noted that the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals found that Cannon abused her discretion and inflicted a serious and unwarranted intrusion on the executive branch's authority to control the use and distribution of extraordinarily sensitive government records. Cannon's decision to block the DOJ's access to documents marked classified and seized from Mar-a-Lago has significantly slowed down the DOJ's ability to work on the case. Delay. We got to keep them from being able to use those documents to build the case against Trump. That doesn't involve really classification. That's not what it's about. It's the Espionage Act. There are 3 different statutes that Trump had allegedly broken. One of them is obstruction, and one of the other ones is very, very serious. It's the Espionage Act. So that's not good at all. Not good at all. So yes, delay. Now, DOJ said that Trump's application to the Supreme Court, quote, concerns an unprecedented order by the district court restricting the executive branch's use of its own highly classified records and an ongoing criminal investigation, and directing the dissemination of those records outside the executive branch for a special master review. There is no reason that he needs to, that they need to see that. There really isn't. So now the big issue here, again, is trying to get the court involved. Likely because Donald Trump and his team, well, at least Donald Trump himself, because he's big on loyalty, says, well, I appointed them. They owe me. They owe me. I made them. Now, of course, he didn't. These are Federalist Society judges that were going to get, no matter who was president, by the way, it's going to get confirmed by the Republicans if they were in control of the Senate. So, again, it doesn't matter that Donald Trump was there. They could have gotten a trained monkey to sign those, to appoint those justices. And, of course, Donald Trump, the trainedest monkey of all. Okay. Anyway, but look, as far as Trump is concerned, I'm pretty sure that, yes, he wants the Supreme Court to come in and save him. And so far, the court has refused SCOTUS intervention. In fact, he had lost a previous challenge in a case concerning documents related to the House January 6th Select Committee. That's when Justice Clarence Thomas said, oh, you know what? I would have actually ruled in his favor, Donald Trump's favor. Just to show you how, non-biased the court is. Yeah, that's right. I trainedest. A word that I made up. I make words, best words. But look, the whole thing, again, is about Donald Trump wanting to stall by having Dearie sit there and pour through documents spanning hundreds, thousands of pages. Now, it is a gamble that allows, or really, it really does show that Trump doesn't seem to have a lot of legal maneuvers available to him when it comes to this case. Just tie up the court the most I can. Wait out the clock.